Hey, Shalom Alkins for Kamba Kapashim Jim Islam, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem Chakodash. Want to give double honors unto the elders, the apostles of GMS, and Shalom out there to the whole world, pushing his truth and all sincerity. Just a quick video, man. Just off the back of some of the things that have been happening on the planet right now, in America especially, right? You got a whole bunch of violence going on in the stores and stuff like that. They've been told. People being told they can't pay with cash. They gotta pay for the app only and stuff like that. People going wild out here and all that kind of stuff. And so, I'm gonna call this video. You can see how it's shaping up, man. We see what's going on the earth, where it's moving towards. We know the agendas of the elites, right? So we know where things are going and where it all leads to, because it all ends and leads to the MOTB, okay, which is going to be that C-hip, which is going to be put into people's, in their hands and foreheads and whatever, right? This is where it leads, and it's got a few, articles here that I want to bring out, right? Just checking up certain stuff, right? So, one of the first thing that came out that I found was this fact checker, right? This fact checker, because we all like fact checkers, right? Because he's so good with them, right? But this one's actually good. This one's actually on point, right? So, all right. So you got here. Someone put in. Okay, let me read it. Right. Shops can refuse to take cash even though it's legal tender. Right. Someone said refusing cash in a shop is an offense. No shop or store can stop you buying with cash as it's legal tender. That's what I guess some people believe out there. Someone wrote that, and the fact checker checked them. Right. He checked them and corrected them. Right. And it says it is legal for shops to not accept cash. Right, so there's nothing, they're not doing nothing illegal. If they decide to not accept cash, that's what it is, and there's nothing you could do about it. They could literally shut off cash overnight if they wanted to. You know what I'm saying? With no infrastructure, like there, I mean the infrastructure's there, but like if they wanted to, they could just say, yeah, these places don't accept cash no more. Online payments only, or mobile payments only. Contactless and the whatnot, right? They can do that. Right, so they can make your cash redundant overnight if they wanted to, right? But there's a process to this, right? Which they're going through, right? And it's all reason why you're seeing less and less cash machines, less more banks closing down, and the push towards contactless is ever growing, right? Even today, I hardly ever have cash, right? And I went to buy something today, a new barbecue. Make the most of this sun, right? I want to do a barbecue, so I went and bought a new barbecue grill, right? And it was just under £100, and they dropped down in price, right? So I was like, yeah, let me scoop that. And I keep forgetting, right? But they allow you to spend up to £100 on contactless cards now. But when it first came, it was like it wasn't no more than 20 quid or 30 quid or whatever it was, and now most people, they just use contactless because there's nothing really getting in the way of them purchasing anything. There's no limits now, and it's like most things people would buy, they could probably be on the £100 or whatever. Other stuff. Most people need credit cards or loans and shit. If anything like that expensive. So, these contactless cards, they pretty much are able to pay for anything now that you buy on a daily basis. So what's the need to draw out money from the cash machine? You got no real need to, right? And I say unless you're like people like my daddy, just insist that he's got to have cash. You don't trust the technology, which is good, isn't it? I'm not gonna knock my dad for that, but you know, most people are with this digital technology that Esau's been putting out there, right? So yeah, if Esau wanted to, he could just remove cash from all the stores that you go to, you know. So yeah, like it says, it is legal for shops to not accept cash. Cash being legal tender has a narrow technical definition around repaying debts, right? So if they wanted to, they don't have to take cash, and these places are taking cash less and less, right? So that was one that I saw. Um, and you got people out there crying out like to places that, for them to accept cash. You see here, people decide to boycott places, and man are putting petitions in to be forced to accept cash, because mostly it's to do with the elderly. They're not really up to speed with shit. So, you know, some of them guys, they don't they don't know, and they don't want to know how to use these things. So, there was another one that I saw. Oh yeah, see, it mentions about the elderly here. UK risk hurtling into a cashless society where abuse victims and elderly are left. They don't care. They're not a part of the agenda. Whether the old survive or not, they don't care, right? This will be contactless. This will be digital. You will have implants and stuff like that. That's what's going to be happening. All right, you got people out here. The purge of notes and coins must end, but it's not going to end. Oh, the Iceland store says that they won't be accepting money that's been in customers' mouths. What the fuck? Okay. Oh, that's nasty. Um, but that's another thing as well. They're bringing in new, pandies and pestilences, right? They're going to tell you that all this stuff is unsafe. It's not hygienic, and spread diseases and stuff, right? So they got more reason. They did that during the pandemic, right? Told you it was contaminated and was spreading the diseases, right? So they got all the reasons in the world to get rid of cash. All right, but this is what's happening. So regardless of these people want it or not, this is what's happening, right? App only payments, right? Amazon Goes and stuff like that. That's the future, right? Where did I see this other one? So it's not just UK, ain't just US. It's even got riots erupting Nigerian cities as bank policy leads to scarcity of cash. Well, it seems to be all the policies of these banks to be doing the same thing, right? Headed up by these bigger banks, telling them what to do, by Esau essentially, right? Why India wiped out 80% of its cash overnight? So if they wanted to do it, they can, innit? You know. There was another article that I saw saying that the nearest um, drivable bank or cash machine is being taken out of service. Like, what do I do now? Like, like they don't know where the next cash machine is. It's so far away. They're just getting rid of it. Uh, right. So that's just the state of affairs, man. So all this is just being heading towards the MOTB being accepted and being adopted, because you ain't gonna be able to go to your stores, and if all these stores are closed down, all that's left is Esau's big ass mega stores, right? And all they're accepting is digital payments. What you gonna do? You can't boycott that. You need to get food, you need to get water, you need to do all of that, right? You're gonna be forced into accepting, right? And so when it moves on to, onto uh payments being made with the CHIP, and you need to have that because of the new system. What you people ain't gonna have no options, man. Okay, you people are gonna give in and do what the bees tell you to do, right? For the majority of people out there, right? This is Revelations 13:16, right? And he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or on their foreheads, right? So that's that CHIP, the implantable devices, right? And that no man might buy or sell, right? You can't buy. You got cash, you can't buy, right? It's not being accepted. Whether it's legal tender or not, doesn't matter anymore. They're not accepting it. They're only accepting, payments through certain, methods. You know, so at this moment in time, you better have your contactless card with you. You better have your your phone app to make contactless payments with. Okay, those are the methods that these shops are saying that you have to pay with, man. They're not going to accept no cash. They ain't going to accept no fucking check. Checks have been dead for a long time. They ain't going to accept these other types of payments. So when the ESOL decides that times moved on now, we ain't going to use these cards no more. We're not going to use the apps on the phone, though you might be paired or linked with an app on the phone. When they decide that these payments have to be done through these CHIPs that are implanted in your hand, man, for additional verification and things like that, right? Then there is no options. There is no other option. You can't pay by another method. So he can prevent you from buying, unless, as it goes on to say, right, and that no man might buy or sell unless or save he that had the mark, okay, which is the charagma, right, which is something that's incised into your hand, right? Save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name, right? So it's all well and good saying, we'll boycott this and petition for this, and you're going to be worn out. The people of the world are going to be worn out. They're going to have to accept that, what lays in front of them. If they want to go, because right now, they feel like, oh, we can boycott this because I'll just go shop in another store that accepts cash. But when all these stores close down or move on, and they take up the same policies as these other companies or whatever, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? I say people are wilding out already, man, over the fact that they can't make cash payments and stuff like that. People are gonna lose their shit, and or ultimately, give in. Once there's no fight left in them. But for those, it's not as simple as that. So, like I said, you got a bunch of people out there that want to use cash that don't know how to use all this other technology. So it's always gonna be a problem. But ESOL knows all of this, right? But like I said, this is where it's going, man. Okay, this is how things are shaping up, right? It's the second Ezra chapter 15, verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, because we're in the end times, right? And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings or princes, right? So people are going to lose their minds and become super violent, man, right? Against one another, against the government. Okay, you're going to have these contingencies, these groups that are, going to be fucking up shit, right? And the course of their action shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, right? So they even going to restrict your movements and stuff, man, as which they did do, and plan on doing more. Because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid, right? So what's all in these cities, man? The shops, right? So you can't just go get what you want no more. You have to have the prerequisites first, right? And the city is so dense, so many people in it, with not the resources to really provide everybody, right? It's said in London here, there's only enough food to last 3 days here in London. After 3 days, there's no food, nothing in the stores. Because there's other problems going to be going on, supply issues. We already experienced some of that, right? All that shit's going to be happening all at one time, right? And you're going to be left, looking to the government to help you and shit. And of course, they already got something in the pipe work ready for you to help you in your time of need, right? And that's going to be these the MOTB, these CHIPs, man. Okay, and their ability to ration to you based on you having that. And you're going to get a taste of it because you're going to get the universal basic income coming. That's going to be dished out to people that meet the requirements, okay, that do the certain things and jump through the hoops they need to jump through, right? So people are going to get used to the idea of just living off the government as these jobs, and business are closing down and stuff like that, and jobs are lost. You know, they're going to become more and more reliant on the government. And that's the idea, to have you in that corner, you know, with very limited options, man. That realistically, the only real choice is to side with Esau and these evil schemes. You know, that's it, right? So it says, because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Right? So yeah, so you're gonna be pushed into that corner. Okay, with all this hell that's coming. All right. This is Isaiah 30, verse 1. I'm going to end it with this. It says, woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. Right? So in this time of trouble, people are not going to be, concerned about what the scriptures were saying, all these prophecies that are happening. But they're not going to take counsel from the Lord. They're going to be taking counsel from Esau. Okay, and other individuals, right? So that ought to go down into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh and to trust in the shadow of Egypt, right? To trust in Esau and his system and his governments, man. Right? Because that's where most of these people are going to put their trust in, man, to save them from the problems, from the trouble, from the hell, that's going to be on this earth, man. Right? Rather than trusting in the Lord, right? So therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame. Because what's going to happen? You're going to end up taking his mark. Right? And that's going to get you all destroyed. Those that take the mark of the beast are going to be destroyed. Right? And if you ain't teaching the people that, pursuing to Israelite camps out there, right, you're going to be destroyed too. All right? So therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. All right? So, like I said, this is how things are shaping up in the world. Cash is on its way out, and Esau can decide whatever method of payment he willing to accept, right? All you got to do is force the businesses to accept those things, or make it, that's what they have to do, and that's it. Yeah, your cash don't matter. How you want to pay don't matter no more. Okay, these are not viable options anymore, and everybody needs to buy. Everyone needs to make those transactions. So what are you gonna do? All right. So it's Esau just setting up the end game, what he perceives as his end game against the people, man. All right. So, with that, I'm going to say Shalom, Lord, witness is edifying. And I'll catch you brothers and sisters on the next video. So next time I say Shalom.